at that pig. Yeah. I have been milking in the afternoon around 3 or 4, and it has been working out pretty well. Mia went out for the hay delivery. Okay, so with milking in the afternoon, I've been really liking it. We will probably switch to a morning after we start separating Suki, our calf. We have not been separating her only because we've been getting enough milk. Today was a rough milking. I probably have 3/4 of a gallon. It was a rough day. She kicked over. I bring out 3 buckets. I bring out this bucket, which no matter what I do, she kicks this bucket over every time. Every time. She hates that bucket. And then I bring out this guy, and then I have my milk reserve. But I had to milk into this today because she kicked over and put her foot in both of the other ones. We are teaching her currently just to stand. She is a little kicky. I don't use, some people use hobbles to tie their feet. I have chosen not to, and I have nothing against it. Just, I'm sure it would make my life easier. I just didn't have access to them. Last year I got kicked pretty good where it left a good bruise, but she was really learning then, and you can tell if it's a spook kick or if she's going for you. She hasn't gone for me as much as she did last year. It was kind of crazy. But okay, so the goal with her is I made this little stanchion here. I have a thing that goes across a board. If I haven't been using that, a lot easier for me to get to both sides of her udder without the board because it comes like, it's really in my way. But this little stanchion, this is a very small barn. It's what we got. For now, I doubt we'll ever upgrade it at this property, but it works. She has progressed this year. It's still a little rough milking, obviously, because we're still kicking over buckets. I think that's normal. What doesn't help is the pigs are right here in this pen, and I can lock them out, but they're still pretty noisy. So I have to be strategic with their feeding times as well and feed them when I'm feeding her. And it does help, but every once in a while they go crazy and freak her out. I need to move the pigs, so that will help me out. All lessons being learned. We haven't known pigs before. Those are things we need to do. We need to move the pigs. I got my 3 buckets. They seem to be doing good. I don't need any more buckets yet. I can see me needing a bigger reservoir than what I have. This holds like 2 gallons, and I could see me needing a 3 gallon, like 3.5 gallon one I think they have. I just need to put the investment in it. My goal with teaching her is our biggest struggle right now, well, we have 2. One is when I start milking, she gets a little kicky, or when I'm washing off her teats to get them cleaned up to milk, she gets pretty kicky. The second deal is after she finishes her food, then she also wants to get kicky. Mia came from a traditional ran dairy. So her line is used to being grain fed. So to keep her weight, we grain feed her. With cow separation, we will get more milk and it'll be way worth my time. And I give milk to my mom and my sister. But right now I've just been letting my kids go hog wild. So we haven't had quite the extra we've wanted to, especially getting back into milking when there's still incidents of kicking the bucket or stepping in the bucket or what have you. I don't risk anything. If a hoof didn't even get in the bucket but got on the outside and there was any sort of risk that poop anything got into the milk, I give it to the pigs or the chickens because it's not worth it at all. So we will get way more milk when we start separating our calf. Right now with our steer, I have talked to you and told you guys that he's not trustworthy. And when I say he's not trustworthy, it means like, I don't know, I can't turn my back away from him, and even when I'm facing him, I still don't know if he's gonna charge me or throw his head at me, and he's just not safe. So, and I certainly don't want him or my kids around him. He's not safe at all. We have put in things for them to help fill up waters. They can put their hand through the garden fence and they can get through and fill up waters and stuff, and then they just throw, when they help us feed, they just throw over the hay because the steer is not safe. With that being said, it's the same thing for separating. Even if it's me, I want to be able to, like, you're gonna have to corral our little calf into a separate pen for the night, and I really don't want to be out here chasing her and corralling her with the steer. He gets all riled up and gets crazy and starts turning into a bucking steer. And so because of him And now we have tried to, we have tried to separate him multiple times with different fences, and he either jumps them, busts through them, or both. So he's pretty hard on fences. He'll respect the fences if he's in with our other cows, but he does not respect them if he's by himself, or even if he's separated with the goats, because we give him some friends, but he doesn't respect them. So until we have a little bit longer with him, and then after that, we'll safely separate Suki at night, and then we'll milk Mia in the morning. That was a long explanation for why we're not separating our cow. Last year, I actually didn't separate Olaf, our steer, at all, and we just got what we got, but I found it to be a waste of time. And if I'm being forthcoming with you, I was burnt out with a lot of crap last year with the garden and with I let fear kind of seep in with our cow birth that happened last year, which is kind of silly if you think about it, but I did, and it made me like I wanted to get rid of our cow. I'm so glad I didn't. But I wanted to, just because of the fear and what have you. So I ended up leaving the calf on more than I thought I ever would, and just letting him take care of her milk. She was also a first year, which means she has less milk. What the freak was that? A goat. I hear that cows don't reach their peak milk performance till their 3rd year, like 3rd pregnancy, and this is Mia's 2nd. So we will breed her again in December and should have plenty of milk. Hello. Here's Miss Suki. She is 4 weeks old tomorrow. So Suki is a little wild child. Obviously, when she was first born, she was more than willing to let us feel on her and love on her. And now she wants nothing to do with us. She needs to start getting haltered and walked around. And yeah, she needs to learn how to walk on a halter. And so the boys are really excited to get her too. But she's just a little ornery little thing right now. She is the cutest dang thing. So lots of learning curves with having a dairy cow. We're still newbies, obviously. This is only our 2nd year milking, 3rd year having a cow. We've had Mia for 3.5 years, and this is our 2nd year milking. Definitely a lot of challenges, definitely a lot of those things. And we're about to start making a lot of our own dairy products, which will be interesting. My kids are not a massive fan. This is, in some ways, when you're raising farm kids, they're accustomed to it because the chicken eggs. Like, I have this classic story when we were in a local store getting chicken feed, and a lady was like, "Oh, you guys must have chickens." And they're like, "Yeah. And they just started laying a new egg color. You'll never believe it." And she was like, "What was it?" And they're like, "White." And the lady looked at me, and it took me a couple seconds to realize, oh yeah, white eggs are normal and boring. But my kids think that the brown eggs or the green eggs or the blue eggs, whatever, are normal, and the white eggs are super cool. So there's things like that that are definitely different. But when we are getting raw milk introduced, and like I said, last year I was a slacker on it, the giant cream line on a raw milk that is like milk goals, they get weirded out by. So today we had a nice school lesson on why it's really awesome to get your milk from the barn to the house, and it literally goes that far, instead of it going from a dairy, which you don't know how their cows are raised, and goes on a bunch of trucks, goes to a processing plant, goes on another truck, goes to the store, then comes home. So we had a whole lesson on that. And the cream line, so I think what will also help them, I'm like, you realize that cream that you are weirded out for, because it's thick and it comes out and it'll be like a glob of cream, and they get super weirded out because normally if you get a chunk in your milk, it's rotten. So it's a brain thing. So these are things. And I was like, let's skim the milk and then... Great, good idea. So we'll save this cream. Did you hear that? the pumpkin the deer ate. They carved their pumpkins, luckily. If they're whole, the deer don't seem to bother them. But he's gonna save some pumpkin seeds to plant in the high tunnel. He's like really excited for this. We're gonna make some whipped cream and some ice cream and butter with that thick cream, thick old cream. And then they'll be like really impressed with it. That's my hope, at least. This is real life. What'd you say?
Put pumpkin seed in your garden. And after Halloween, we can just.
Oh, I see him. You should pop them into the soil. So.
I thought they'll just go into the soil by themselves.
Well, they're kind of sensitive. Maybe you should just poke them in.
You just do a holes.
Just like poke the seed in.
Like this.
Yep.
Just slippery.
Cover it up. A little deeper. There you go. Cover it up. Okay, they won't, if they do anything, they're not going to grow till next year.
Does that mean next Halloween?
No, well, oh my stars. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. Are you the cutest? Sook, Sook. Sookie, Sookie girl. Sookie, Sookie girl. But look at this, guys. I got some lettuce. Yay! Hello, happy lettuce. This is good. That's my favorite kind too. I think that's, we got some romaine or butter crunch or something. Is she the cutest thing? Mm-hmm. Is she the sweetest, cutest thing? Yes. She, look at her. She's like, I want to see you. Also, do you know it's like basically almost November and we still have a lot growing in here.
Yeah, what are you doing with this?
It's food.
Yeah, I know.
We got lettuce, we got kale, we got mustard, we got turnips.
Using that?
Am I going to use it?
Yeah.
Yeah? What else am I going to do with it?
Exactly.
Alright, well I had my son go in and attempt to strain the milk and put it away, and I think he doesn't know what he's doing, so I gotta go help him. So I gotta, in this video, get going. So this is what our zone 3 garden looks like late October, and we still have a lot growing, and this is without any frost cover. I have neglected to put frost cover on. It's doing pretty good. We got lots of lettuces, kales, turnip, chard. We have carrots sprouting, and that's about it. All right, guys. Well, I will see you on my next video. Thanks for following along. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye, guys. She is 3. This is her. Is she 3 or 4? I think she's 3. Is she 4? How old are you? Are you 4? I think she's 4. Are you 4?